Hey everybody, welcome back to my Bake Like a Pro YouTube channel. In today's really fun video, we are going to be making my no-fail pizza dough. For today's recipe, we need 3 cups of all-purpose flour. This is 450 grams. All-purpose flour is also known in many countries as plain flour. It's exactly the same type of flour. 1 cup of warm water, 250 grams. 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 25 grams. 2 teaspoons of sugar, 10 grams. A half a teaspoon of salt, 3 grams. And our last ingredient, 1 1/4 teaspoons of quick rise yeast, 5 grams. So those are the ingredients, so let's get started. Into my mixing bowl, all of my all-purpose flour. And then we'll add in our white granulated sugar. This provides food for our yeast. A little bit of salt. And then our yeast. Before we add our water and olive oil, I grab a whisk. And I just want to get all of this mixed really well. So basically what I'm doing is I'm mixing that yeast into the flour. I'm basically hiding that yeast within all of those cells or particles of flour. Just like that. And then I'm going to add in my water. My water I have just heated. This is 110 degrees Fahrenheit. And I don't want my water any warmer than that. And then the olive oil. And now we'll get that onto our mixer. I have everything set up in my Cuisinart mixer, and I do have the dough hook attached. If you want to see more information about this mixer, you can check a link to another video. I'll put that link down in the description box below this video. I press the little button at the back and just bring it down into place. And then I'm just going to turn this on. So I'm now on speed number 3, and that's perfect. And I am now going to let this go for about 8 minutes. I want to get this dough really well kneaded. So I'm going to let that go, and then I'll come back. So this is about 2 minutes later. You can see the dough has formed a ball, but you can see that the dough is looking rather rough. So the extra minutes on the mixer in the kneading mode is going to really start making this dough really nice. If you find that your dough is on the dry side, simply add a little bit of water to the mixer while it's still mixing. So you can add a tablespoon at a time, which is about 15 grams or 15 milliliters. You'll pour it in, and as the mixer turns, you'll see that the dough is starting to change. And then on the other side of the coin, if you find that your dough is a little bit too wet, you can just simply add a little bit of flour at a time until you start seeing that the dough starts coming into a ball. So I'm going to turn the mixer back on for another good 6 to 7 minutes, and then I'll come back. So at this point, I've been mixing for about 8 minutes. You can go anywhere from 8 minutes, you could do 12 minutes if you wanted to, you could do 14. It really doesn't matter. Around 8 at least is a good way to start off. I'll lift this up and you can see how nice this dough is. Hopefully you can see inside the bowl how nice and clean it is. Like that. We'll remove that. We'll remove the dough hook. And then let's check out how nice this dough is. Remember when I started off, you could see the dough had formed a ball, but it looked very rough. So at this point, this has not risen yet, but you can see how nice this dough is. We want to cut the dough into 2 equal-sized balls. So to make this super easy, I always use a scale. I use grams. That makes it really easy to split the balls into 2 equal portions. So I'm going to do that now, and then I'll come back and show you the rest. So just to make this video very complete, I thought I would show you the grams. So I'm at 368 grams on this ball and 369 on that one. I've got 2 little pieces left. I'll just throw those in there. You can put that on there. We're at 373. 373. So that's pretty good. And then I just get all of this together. Let me just show you how I do that. So you just want to get all of your dough and just bring it all inward. You want to make a nice snowball. Flip it over and then take your hands, and as you push inward, you want to slightly turn or rotate the dough. So you just keep doing this like this. And we'll do it again. So I'm just going to push, bring everything together. And then you just want to go just like that. And there we have our 2 dough balls ready to go. And the next step is to let them rise. For our last step in making the dough, I have these little containers. These are Rubbermaid take-alongs. I like these. So I have oiled the inside. This is so that the dough does not stick, and it also allows the dough to rise a little bit more easily. So you get that first dough ball, just gently place it right in the middle like that. So this recipe makes 2 pizzas. I'll put that in like that. If you want to make 1 super huge pizza, then you don't even have to do this step. You can just do this step, but just keep the ball at 1 ball size instead of splitting it into 2. I have many other pizza videos on YouTube, and in most of them you'll see me oiling the top of these, and that's what I'm going to do as well today. So you want to oil or grease the top of each dough ball, and what that does is it keeps it from drying out, and it also allows the dough ball to expand a lot easier. So I'm going to go do that, and then I'll be back. So here we go. I have oiled each dough ball, and you can see that hopefully on camera. And at this point, that's it for the dough. So I cover these. And because I want to make sure that the yeast is working properly, I leave them on my counter for about 90 minutes, an hour and a half. And then I'll open them up and I'm going to show you how the dough has changed over that period of time. So here we are again. This is about an hour and a half later. And I'm going to tilt these up because I want to show you. I don't think the camera's showing exactly what's happening here, but look at this. These popped off during that time. Can you see the lid has actually come off? And let's lift this up so we can see the magic that has happened. And you can see now the activity in the dough created from that yeast. And those are amazing right now. And at this point, these are ready to go into the fridge. I always like to put them into the fridge before I use them for a few hours. This just relaxes all of the glutens that have been formed while we work that dough in the mixer. If you want to use your dough the same day, I suggest making it earlier in the morning. That way you can let it rest for that hour and a half on your table. Put it into your fridge for a few hours, and that will let all of the dough relax, and you'll have a much easier time rolling it out when you're ready to make your pizzas. What you're seeing now are photographs of the pizzas that I made using the dough that we created in our video today. So you can see how nice these pizzas turned out. Try it at home. You're going to save so much money. You're going to start making pizza dough at home, and you're never going to stop. Guaranteed. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you wish. I really do appreciate that. And if you're on Facebook, always make sure to check me out. This video will be on my Facebook page as well, facebook.com/BakeLikeAPro. And please subscribe to my BakeLikeAPro YouTube channel and also click that notification bell to be alerted every time I upload a brand new video.